through which players, coaches, maybe even general managers need a big-time performance. Plenty of them facing the pressure of a slower start than expected through 3 weeks. So, Chris Broussard, which 5 guys are under the most duress entering week 4?
Well, Jenna, I think I'm going to hurt some feelings on the panel, and it'll start with Nick Wright. Nick, I'm sorry to pile on, but it starts with number 5, Patrick Mahomes. You can deny it all you want.
Oh,
He's under duress. All right? He's got a losing record for the first time in his career. All right? And he is actually getting something close to criticism for the first time in his career for that unnecessary no-look pass that ended up in an interception, and then the late interception that led the Chargers on their way to their game-winning drive. That's not to mention the horrible defense that he has to make up for. He's got to score like 35, 40 points every weekend to get a win with that defense, so the pressure's on there. And then you got the division. You got 2 undefeated teams in the division. So if they somehow don't shine bright and lose this game to Philadelphia, you can't afford to go 1-3 in the tough AFC West anymore, Nick. The pressure's on. Number 4, Pete Carroll. And look, I'm not saying Pete Carroll's on the hot seat. He's not. We know he's not going to lose his job. But the defense, Pete, the defense. What in the world is going on? The defense has been bad to mediocre for the last 4 years, and now it's graduated to abysmal, okay? They can't get off the field. Russ is cooking. The offense is fine. Russ is doing his thing, but they are dead last in the league in time of possession, 23 minutes, 20 seconds. That's it. Russ isn't getting enough opportunities because of that D. So I'm putting it on Pete Carroll and the defensive coordinator to fix the defense. Again, you're in a tough division. NFC West, maybe the best in the league. You can't afford to go 1-3. So you better get your act together. All right, number 3, Big Ben Roethlisberger. Look, this is arguably the most beleaguered non-rookie quarterback in the NFL. I mean, every day Nick Wright's making fun of him. He's stumbling all over the place. And look, they got a solid defense, so the brunt of the criticism is falling on Big Ben. Why can't he get it done? They're only averaging 16 points a game. That's the worst of his illustrious Hall of Fame career over 18 years. So I know it's not all on Ben. The offensive line is not good. They got no running game. However, Big Ben needs to play much better. All right, and if he doesn't, because they got some tough games coming up. They're 1-2. All right, they got Green Bay, Denver, Seattle, and Cleveland. That 1-2 could become 1-6 in a hurry if Ben doesn't get it together. And then it probably would mean the end of his organized football career. So Big Ben definitely under duress. At number 2, Wilds, I'm sorry to hit you. You know, I can see you're emotional about this situation, but it's Bill Belichick. All right, look, whether you blame Brady or Belichick for leaving ultimately, at the end of the day, Belichick at best, was indifferent to keeping his legendary quarterback. He clearly misread Tom Brady. He knows his football game better than anyone else. And he misread, underestimated his quarterback and got rid of him too early. Now, his worst nightmare is about to step on his front porch. Because you know it, Wilds, in front of a national television audience, Tom Brady is going to own Foxborough. He's going to take it over. Standing ovation, video tributes, Tom Brady jerseys everywhere. And it'll be that way the whole game unless Belichick's team steps up and somehow wins. Now, look, Belichick's clearly lost the divorce, at least to this point. So a win won't turn the tables. It won't even the score. But it would be a nice little respite to the Tom Brady coronation. It would be a nice little victory for Bill Belichick in this feud. All right, at number 1, he's the first 2-timer on the Under Duress segment now. But Matt Nagy, there's no denying, it's not as sexy as the other stories, but come on. I mean, look, the way he's handled this quarterback situation has been pretty bad. But it got even worse last week when he actually had the audacity to throw Nick Foles in the fold. So it might be Andy Dalton, it might be Justin Fields, it might even be old Nick Foles, who I tried last year and it didn't work. It's getting bad, and I gotta tell you this. There were untold numbers of ex-football players, ex-football coaches on national television absolutely destroying, pillaring Matt Nagy's game plan last week for Justin Fields. I mean, Fields was 6 for 20 for 68 yards. Bad. But they put the blame not on Fields, but they put it on Nagy. All right? That's how bad that game plan was. We know that the Browns were laughing at the game plan, saying that's what helped us sack them so much. So the pressure's on Matt Nagy. Okay. If they don't turn it around quickly, and they need to win. Who they got? They got Detroit.
He's going to get fired.
All right, if you lose to Detroit, that hot seat could turn into an empty seat, and you could be gone. Yeah. Those are the guys under duress. So, just accept it.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm delighted that Chris Broussard is such a talented television performer, because that was wildly entertaining, despite being one of the worst lists that's ever been compiled in sports media history.
I agree with that.
This is why you need a committee. This is why it is too big of a task to go it alone. You need the, the wisdom of crowds. First and foremost, having Mahomes on that list is asinine and indefensible. If someone's under pressure in Kansas City, it's Steve Spagnuolo in the defense, not the guy who's 3rd in the NFL in yards, or 6th in yards, 7th in rating, and 3rd in touchdowns. So can we just cross Patrick Mahomes off that list? Big Ben, you got right, and I'll give you credit for getting right. I would maybe have distorted the picture, like I would maybe widen it so he takes up a little more space than the others. But other than that, Big Ben is correct.
Don't do it,
most importantly, Bill Belichick needs to be #1 with a bullet. Nobody is under more duress and under more pressure this week than Bill Belichick. He is going to be trotting out there Mac Jones and Jonnu Smith while Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski are on the other side of the field. He's going to see Chris Godwin playing for the Bucs. It's like, oh, could we have had him? He was the 84th pick of his draft. Oddly enough, we had the 83rd and 85th picks of that same draft. We took Derek Rivers. How's he helping the Patriots? Oh, wait, never did. A spot ahead of Godwin. You're seeing, what you're going to see is a Patriots roster that is bereft of talent, and that usually isn't the coach's fault. But the coach is also the GM there. So however you slice it, this is going to be an indictment on what Belichick's done in New England the last couple of years. And so I almost want to go to Wilds because he's so disgusted by my commentary here. And I'm not, you have Nagy ahead, that's fine, because Nagy could lose his job. But in large part, Broussard, because you have Belichick too, I think you agree with me. So Wilds, what's the issue? What on earth do I have wrong here?
Okay, well, first of all, we're not going to lose. So the idea that you guys are projecting all of this stuff, we're not going to lose. Second of all, just because Jonnu Smith dropped maybe 4, maybe 5 balls the other day doesn't mean that he's not talented. The tight ends will get together, and Mac Jones is the best rookie quarterback in the NFL. You know what? And you'll tune in tonight. You want to see Trevor Lawrence and tell me if you'd rather have Trevor Lawrence or Mac Jones, not old KW. Okay. So I think Belichick is fine. If he wins this game, Broussard, I think you're right. If he loses this game, oh, my God. Bill, change the Wikipedia. Log on. Change it to greatest coach of all time to greatest coach of all